What's going on? Howdy. I'm interrupting the normally scheduled Nana content with back to the original stuff I was doing. I got a package in, probably got it about a week ago, and it's been sitting on my bar. And Hetfield, he got mad about it. He was like, "Dude, you gotta like get this out of here. This is where we cook. This is where we set our junk mail. You need to clean this up." So I'm going to show that off. But I did want to talk about something real quick. So in most of the videos that I upload, I'll usually throw in a beat. I'll kind of like almost as an intro or an outro. But it's this beat, and it's a guy named Berg on the beat who makes it or who made it, and he's somebody that I know, and he's pretty generous. But he just had a new song come out with I believe the guy's name is Mitch Darrell, and I think it was featuring a few other people. So I wanted to just play a little clip of that, and then put a link to it down below. I don't think there's like a music video or anything like that, so I'll put the Spotify. I think it's on iTunes, and then the YouTube link as well. So I'm gonna take a listen to that. Just like I said, hopefully you enjoy it. All right. Put in the headphones because I don't want it to come through the speaker and get picked up by the mic. So, but hopefully you guys can hear it, and we'll let it run for just a little bit. I don't want to get too crazy with it. I know he probably wouldn't appreciate that.
How high you trying to get? Acquire a designer jet, gotta still not impress. Corporate ladder on deck, but you still not gonna earn his respect. Just don't fall and break your neck. Just don't fall and break your neck. Just don't fall and break your neck. Just don't fall and break.
All right, so there it is. Not too bad. The beat that I use, I think he said maybe at some point that'll get put in a song. That one is, that one's still my favorite beat. It's why I use it all the time, and I've told him a couple times like, it's a great beat. This one though, really good as well. And like I said, I'll put a link down below with some of the other people in it. So it has Mitch Darrell, obviously Berg, Drew Bex, Alcott, and Dylan Chase. So he could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe most of these people are part of the Christian hip hop scene, which is not like something I'm usually into. But this song's really good, and he's got a few other songs. He's got a song called L.A., Game Time, Summer Vibe, and I think his biggest song is The Way. With that one's pretty good. But like I said, I'll put a link to him down below, and yeah, check him out. Give him a listen if you want to listen to something at church without getting in trouble. That is for you. And with that, we'll move on to the main event in quotes. So I got this in from Hasbro Pulse, which I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Pulsecon. It's where they basically announced all the different lines that are coming out for Transformers, Star Wars, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, maybe something else, but it was like this 2 or 3 hour live stream, and they showed off a couple Transformers. Their new line, I think it's called Legacy. I don't think I will have to buy anything out of there, so that'll save me some money, which I'm always glad for. But this seemed pretty cool. I'm going to open this up and I'll show it off. Use the good old Kershaw. Oh, so sweet. Sponsored by the Real Cobra Burnout, of course. Let's see if we can get away with not cutting ourselves. All right. Packaging wise, let's see. Oh, it's kind of weird looking. They packaged it with one air bubble thingy, air pocket. This is weird. Okay. So, just straight up out of the box. I don't know if that's like a compression thing or what. But yeah, we're rolling with, I guess that must have been compressed a little bit. It is kind of, I don't know, it feels like it is. But so this is part of the War for Cybertron trilogy. I don't think this was in the show, but it is Agent Ravage, Covert Agent Ravage. So pretty cool box art. It doesn't match any of the other War for Cybertron stuff that I have. But I mean, it does look like it comes with a lot of accessories. It comes with like a backdrop, so that might be cool for some fig photography. I've been trying to sort of get into fig photography. It's a lot of work. Props to the people that do it because I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying my best. So I'll maybe post a couple pictures of what I've done. But this is what you've got on the back. So I watched Beast Wars all the way through, but I don't quite remember exactly what happens in the show. I can remember some of the big pieces, but some of the smaller stuff I can't remember. So it looks like, it's kind of implied that, the classic cassette tape, transforms and then it becomes this covert Agent Ravage. So that's what's in the package. You got the actual Ravage figure, and then over here you've got the actual cassette tape, and then like I said, you've got a couple of the weapons that are in here as well. And I do have, which I'll be able to compare it. They look pretty similar, but I do have a Masterpiece Ravage, which came with Soundwave. So yeah, Soundwave, Ravage, Rumble, Frenzy, Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw. I think there's one more, Ratbat. Those, all of Soundwave and his cassettes. Those are kind of like my favorite Transformer, and then Grimlock. That's my favorite Decepticon, and then Grimlock's my favorite Autobot. So yeah, so pretty much anytime something like that pops up, if it's something I kind of like, if it's retro, looks like it's from the G1 show or Beast Wars, then I'll probably pick it up. But like I said, I'm going to open this guy up, and we can do some comparisons of things that I have. I don't have any of the, like the Cheetor, Tigatron, Shadow Panther. I don't have any of those because Cheetor was one of my favorites, but like I can't bring myself to buy some of those figures just because I owned him as I don't know. For some reason I saw it in the store a bunch, and I just couldn't quite justify purchasing him. I am crazy, but I'm not mad. All right, so first impressions. He's pretty cool. He's definitely got the classic issue with some of these Beast Wars where like this is just straight up. That's just straight up his leg. In the I get it's not his alt mode. His I guess he's a panther or whatever. But otherwise, I mean, he looks pretty cool. Like I said, he does have the tail, like that's not folding up, and the legs are just kind of like the front legs are just kind of like a backpack. I feel like this is probably similar to what the Cheetor figure was for the War for Cybertron. But like I said, I didn't have that one, but it reminds me, I can remember as a kid the way that these back legs would just like kind of, or these front legs, they would flip over onto his back. So, I mean, like I said, it gives me the vibes for that. I might even have that original figure. I'll have to look. I don't quite remember. But yeah, he comes with 2 identical pistols. He does have your kind of just your normal range of motion. You've got like your shoulder joint, which goes all the way around in a 360, and then it can also kind of pivot pretty far. And then you got like your bicep swivel that you can do. And then double joint at the elbow, which that's pretty cool for getting some of these dynamic poses. And then the head was kind of weird. I was messing with it a second ago. I haven't tried to transform him yet, and the head popped off. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Kind of scary, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. And then you've got like the mushroom peg on the knee, and then the knee actually does bend as well. Ankle does pivot, which is nice. You can get some pretty sweet poses out of that. And then it does kind of just move up and down as well. So you can get some pretty good stuff. I assume that probably goes up in here for the transformation. But yeah, so not a bad purchase. And let me grab the cassette. Let's see. Okay, so let me make sure I know which one is which. Okay, so this is the Masterpiece, like I said, on the back. You can see on the inside. So I can't remember when this Masterpiece was like officially released, but this does fit in Soundwave's chest, and it's pretty good from the front. On the back, you do have that. You can just see all the guts basically. So not too bad. This one though, this one's pretty cool too. I'll have to kind of see how it transforms. the transformations for these cassettes usually aren't too crazy. They're, pretty basic. The nice thing though, let's see if we can get that to focus up a little bit. There we go. The nice thing is it is, it's good on both sides. Like you don't have the guts, folded up in there. So like I said, I'm sure this, and the transformation does look different for sure. Like it looks like all 4 of the legs are just right here. And then on this guy, the legs are on the sides. So definitely a different transformation, which I can appreciate. This could have definitely been a thing where they just upscaled it a little bit, which they're about the same size. About the same size, about the same width. They definitely just could have, upscaled this or, just made it into, just kind of I don't even know what you call that. Just kind of retooled it a little bit. But this looks like, I said, a completely different transformation. So I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like. This may become the masterpiece Ravage in my collection. And this one may get put with the this Covert Agent Ravage. This is the, I guess, the diorama that comes with it. So the cassette does go right here, and then like I said, you could probably get, Agent Ravage sitting in front of it, but you can get some pretty fun little poses out of it. So not too bad. This is probably one of the better dioramas that have come with one of the figures. So I'm always glad to have it, and like I said, it sits up a little bit better, definitely a little bit more squared off at the bottom. The other ones were kind of floppy, like I'd usually have to just sit a bottle behind them to actually get them to stand up. But I'll transform them both ways, so I'll transform the cassette into the actual Panther, and then I'll transform Agent Ravage into the Panther as well, and we'll show them off, and then like I said, I'll show the masterpiece as well, just to kind of, give 2 sides of the coin. So got the transformation done. Here he is. So this one wasn't too bad. He's got some kind of like quirks on him, but let's see if we can get this to open. I actually thought this was pretty cool. So the mouth does open up. You do get some nice paint apps inside of the teeth. Of course the eyes are red, which is pretty awesome as well. The head popping off, yeah, I did that. That was on accident because this piece right here is actually in the chest, and that caused the problem. Overall, like I said, the transformation wasn't too bad. It had some pretty cool stuff. So the arms actually end up folding up and then kind of going inside of his back, and then that becomes like the actual back piece. So I like the way that filled in. But underneath, he's pretty much the exact same. He's the exact same robot. So he's got his chest right there. The legs pretty much just kind of like fold down, and then the feet do, connect up here, or not connect, but they flip into his leg, and then it pushes down this part of the feet. And so, I mean, from the front, not too bad. You start flipping them upside down, you start to expose them a little bit. He does have gun storage, so if your Transformers can fly, like if they're if they're animals that don't normally fly, but you want them to fly, this one fits the bill. It is able to use these as some rocket boosters. I'll have to see if my I have the what are they called? The jet pieces for Starscream MP52. If those fit in here, my Ravage might be able to fly, but we'll see. So that one not too bad. I think I'll probably, if I'm going to display him, he will be displayed. He'll get displayed. Let's not be crazy. In my display, he'll probably go in the robot mode, just because I think that's like I think that looks a little bit better. You get a little bit more posing out of him. So now on to the Ravage. So the transformation for this, incredibly easy. One thing I didn't mention a second ago, the feet right here, this silver, I guess that's actually die cast. So it's die cast metal, which that's pretty nice. That gives a little bit of heft at the bottom. But the kind of disappointing feature of this is the legs. As far as I can tell, I didn't like crank on it too much, but they don't pivot out. So he's kind of in this like straight line pose. So trying to get him to actually stand up was kind of a battle. Like I had to kind of pose his legs a little weird. The instructions did say to do that, kind of pose him out a little awkwardly. But it's not too bad. Kind of same thing with him. It's like, especially if I'm going to use that diorama thing, I'll probably swap him over to the tape version and then have him coming out of that. So have him going from tape into the robot mode, the agent robot mode. So just a comparison, this is I can't remember what MP number this is, but it's the sound wave, and then that's let's see, there we go. And that's the Ravage. So this one definitely a little bit wider base, so you can definitely like pose them a little easier, and just by the way that this one transforms, you are able to get some wider ankle mobility. You can that's way better than this. Like that is I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in that, like I said, but it's still pretty cool. Like I said, I'll probably just put them in the tape mode, and that's how I'll display them. And then I'll have the spread eagle one, set up. Oh, not gonna focus on them. I'll have this one set up in the actual Panther mode. But anyways, that's it. So as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, I've been filming a lot of stuff with my Nano, so there should be a little bit more content coming out for that. I think part 1 for the Bloodborne series just came out, and then depending on what day I release this, there probably will be a part 2. I think I have enough to do, kind of depending on how I chop some stuff up. One of the videos gets pretty embarrassing, so I may kind of like edit that one down a little bit. So we'll see. It may be 4, 5, or 6 parts at least for now, and then we're planning on filming some more. So if you have any suggestions as to other games we can play at the same time or mix in for our sanity, because I was going a little crazy. At one point, like I said, I'll probably put some of that stuff in the video, but I was kind of losing it a little bit. I kept dying, so who knows. But anyways, until next time, see you later.
Berg, you need to chill.